It is February 22nd, 2018. My electricity was supposed to be shut off on February 20th, 2018. Several days before then, I started turning my life back to God and praying to God and begging God to make sure that my dog did not give birth to some puppies with no electricity. It is 42 degrees outside right now. It's a comfortable 70 something degrees inside, thank God. And I say thank God because I believe God answered my prayers, because tonight, February 22nd, 2013, my baby girl Regina actually gave birth. You can see one there behind her, right there behind her butt there, white with the black stripes. That's really cute. But she actually gave birth to 4 of them. And if it wasn't for God answering my prayers and letting me keep this electricity, these babies wouldn't have heat right now. It's 42 degrees outside. You can't see that TV from here. And I have this heater here for my baby and her babies. I guess they'd be my grandbabies. You can see she's cleaning her puppies. Oh, she's such a good mama. That's a sweet, good mama. But anyway, the whole point of this video was to tell you that God does listen. I turned my back on God for so many years. I refused to believe that God even existed. I explored so many other options and believed in so many other theories, I guess you'd call them, or false religions, I guess some of the hardcore people would look at her cleaning her babies. Some of the hardcore people would call them, but you know what? The second I turned back to God and I begged God to help my baby, I cried. I'm not lying. I cried when I prayed to God. I cried and I prayed and I cried. And I begged God to make sure that my babies were safe and to make sure that these babies were born in a safe, warm environment. And by some miracle, my electricity 2 days later, actually 3 days later now, is still on. It was supposed to be off the 20th, so I got the 20th, the 21st, and the 22nd. Electricity is still on. God definitely answered my prayers. He made sure that my babies were born in a warm environment. This is amazing. This is the true work of God here. There is no way I would have this right here, right now, if it wasn't for the fact that God listened to my prayers. I didn't even look up my my account online as far as my energy bill and why it wasn't shut off when it was supposed to be. My neighbor's electricity was actually shut off on the day mine was supposed to be shut off. We were both scheduled to be shut off on the same day. Okay, but they shut his off and left me alone. My neighbor is really close to me. We're in trailers right next to each other, so they can't say they couldn't find me. The only explanation I can come up with is why I still have electricity tonight so that I can have heat for these puppies is that God answered my prayer. And if you don't believe in God, or you don't believe that God answers prayers, you look at how this sweet mama is taking care of her babies the best way she can. Cleaning them off. I think she's getting rid of their umbilical cords right now as we speak. You can't tell me that she's not. You can't tell me that God didn't do this. 3 days later than when this was supposed to be shut off. Well, 2 days later, but this is 3 days with electricity I wasn't supposed to have. So I'm attributing this entire thing to God. The only explanation is God listened to me. He answered my prayers. He made sure my babies weren't born in a 42-degree cold environment in this trailer. It's 42 degrees outside. And all I can say is thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God, for listening to my prayers. I'm still going to pay my electric bill and get all this taken care of. But for now, God's got my back.